Here we go. Good morning, everyone. Okay.
Hey, yay. It was the first thing to pop up on my phone, so that's helpful.
It says Jen Sivertson, Shannon, and Ninu are here. Excellent.
Good morning.
Hi. Okay. Are you ready for my mug reveal?
Yes.
Cheers.
Freak in the sheets.
Who sent me this?
So funny. Somebody
I got this in the mail.
Please confess and tell us who got Kayla this amazing mug.
My guess is maybe M. Pollock.
I hope it's anybody. It's hilarious. It's so funny.
Makes me really happy. And actually, it's the type of coffee mug that is kind of like a teacup. Like quite thin.
Porcelain?
Yeah, I don't have any like that, but I usually drink coffee out of. Okay.
All right, let's see. Here's who we have here this morning. Good morning, Shannon. Good morning, Jules Rossiter. Good morning, Jen Severson. Good morning, Leslie.
Okay, can we explain why it says I'm a freak in the sheets? Okay, I love spreadsheets. And whoever sent this over obviously knows that I love spreadsheets so much because you can track and calculate a million things in spreadsheets and you can keep it really easy. But it could also be complicated if you want it to be complicated, but who wants things complicated? So who sent me this mug? Tell me.
But then we also have to play into the other context of why it says freak in the sheets. The rap lyrics of she's a lady in the streets, but a freak in the sheets.
Right. The other context.
Yes.
So whoever sent this obviously knows my true nature.
Oh my God. Okay. Who else is here? Good morning, Catherine. Alex Wade. Good morning, Alex Wade. We haven't seen you in a while.
Alex Wade. No kidding.
Oh,
hi.
Goodness. Catherine sent me some good tips last night. She was like, I remembered you saying there's some things you might want to know before you have a baby. Here's something that's important. I'm like, yeah, thank you. Good notes.
Okay.
Have a will.
Oh, have a will. You know what?
An updated will.
Scott and I have an appointment to go update our will in February.
I said to Catherine, I was like, that's something that would never cross my mind, but Jeff, he'd be on that.
Well, if anyone's in Victoria, my friend Nav is a lawyer, and if you do your will with him, he sends you a worksheet to begin with. I love somebody with a system.
Yes.
Okay, so he sends you a worksheet and you fill it all out and asks you all the questions you need to know so you can have a talk about this in advance of actually getting the lawyer to draw your will up, so that you're not paying them like $500 an hour to sit there with you and your spouse and have a counseling session around who's going to take your kids if you die. Because it is like creating your will and doing estate planning and stuff. It's kind of morbid. It's necessary, but it can be upsetting. It's not the vibe.
Yeah, totally. So people are going to want Nav's contact. It's already happening. Okay, let's see who else is here. Good morning, Crystal. Crystal just had her big 40th this past week, and she's crushing some goals. So happy belated, Crystal, and amazing work on crushing your goals. Jen Siverston wants his details.
Okay. He's amazing.
Eileen is here. Good morning. Bree Roberts. Okay, for the people who are just hopping on, they need to see Kayla's mug. We're probably just going to have to flash show it all morning. Who got her this?
Who got me this? But M. Pollock's not on the call, and I have a strong suspicion it's M. Pollock.
I mean, it's so thoughtful.
It's so me. Oh, okay. Also, I want to know, has anyone noticed that my lighting is better today? Because today is day 1 of ring light day. I've had it for a long time, but I never use it because I hate how it shows up in your glasses. So I did some research, and apparently if you put it around your computer, not facing your face, then so you can only see a little top of it because it's facing the other way right now. But apparently this helps the light.
Yeah, your lighting is way better.
because I moved my desk to this part of the office and all I have here is overhead light. And plus it's so gray every single day.
Every
'Cause we're
day.
in winter. So
Mm,
in summer, it'll be easier to get better light down here, but it's gray right now.
yes.
Okay, lighting is, thank you.
All
Uh,
right. And your hair looks so shine. Alex says you are the light. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Okay. Well, now that we've got a good crew here, an interactive crew.
You know
The,
what? I think Alex needs this mug too.
yeah.
And Rachel
Alex.
Cranehoff. Okay.
All our other freaks in the sheets. Rachel, Mark.
Rachel Mark. Oh,
Her
you know
dad.
what? I could actually make this for Zazzle
Yeah.
because, yeah, we could make like a map version of it.
Yes. And I think Rachel's dad needs it because didn't he teach her spreadsheets as a child?
Yes, they had the 748 or whatever her house number was bank account, and it was a spreadsheet, and they got their allowance through a spreadsheet.
Yeah. I mean,
And
that's
Mr.
probably what you're
Mark,
going to be doing.
I think he's a doctor actually, but Dr. Mark, Mr. Mark, whatever it is, you inspire me every day, and I cannot get enough. Okay.
Yes. Okay. So now we're going to kick into our conversation.
Now we'll actually talk. Okay.
And we were talking about a little bit about the podcast. So today's episode specifically, TGIM, switching up your environment to manifest things faster. So we're talking about how you can collapse timelines because time is elusive or made up or a construct or whatever it might be. But time feels very real, say when you're 9 months pregnant, or time feels very real when you lose somebody you love. And once again, it's so manipulative and it's so like malleable. Like we're able to take time and stretch it out if we want to, or like draw it back and make it really short if we need to. So if you're wanting to manifest something quicker, switching up your environment is key. And in the podcast, I talk about if you want to switch up, manifest something quicker in your business, can you switch up your work environment? If you want to manifest something in your relationship, can you switch up the physical environment in which you would be dating? If you want to switch up your physical health, manifest something different for your health, can you switch up the environment in which like triggers or things that motivate you to work out are in different places? So with that,
I have my example because I listened to TJN.
Okay, tell us.
Mila and I listened this morning, and also Nicole sent me another podcast on the weekend, or maybe it was Hal Elrod and Kathy Heller talking to each other. There was a podcast that I recently listened to about not being scared of failure.
Okay.
And it's like you can ask for the meeting or not ask for the meeting. And either way, it's yes or no, and you can move on with your life. You don't have to let the no affect your self-esteem, or for that matter, the yes affect your self-esteem. So then I'm listening. This is going somewhere. I'm listening to TJM this morning, and I was like, yeah, I heard that podcast. Nicole also introduced me to this person who's a real estate investor here in Victoria, kind of like he's part of our 75 hard group. And Nicole told me who he is. And then I thought to myself, I don't have that many people in my circle who are talking about making money in the billions. And we were side messaging, and that was like the third thing he said, was talking about how whatever private equity brings billions. And I was like, I want to put myself in that conversation. And how often do I have the opportunity to do that? He's
normalize it.
Yeah, he's talking about this to me. He brought it up. Okay, fine. Let's be friends. So I messaged him back and said, I don't have that many people in my life who are talking about the conversation is in the billions. And I would love to actually go for a walk or have a coffee or whatever and just hear what you're up to and your goals. And he said, okay, let's do it. I'm like,
amazing.
Okay. So we are going to go have a conversation on Thursday and grab a coffee and probably go for a walk. And I just want to hear about the billions. Okay. So that switches up my environment.
Yes. It's like I must have recorded so many podcasts in the last 2.5 years, almost 3 years, about you are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with or that you surround yourself with. So really, it's about checking what is your surroundings like. Who do you share living space with, whether it's friends, roommates, a partner, your family. Kids don't ever count. We remove kids from and all the experts who study this say the same thing. Like, your kids don't count. Your kids have to be there. They get to be there. They're not part of this. It's the adult conversation, the sum of the 5 adults you're choosing to actively surround yourself with. And what are those conversations? And I think, like, you being connected to this guy and him being connected to me and being connected through another friend, like, I just think about even 5 years ago, that, like, those weren't my connections.
Yeah, it's cool to see it's manifesting. Once you start changing your energy and thinking bigger and thinking about what you want and being different than who you are right now, changing your personality to get a different result, then the different result arrives.
Yeah, absolutely. And, and I said this example in the podcast, but the more I structure my office, the more I love spending time in here. Like right now, I kinked my neck the other day, so it's hard to turn this way. Right now, this right here is just like plastic wrap paper that I need to bring to Kayla. But outside of that, I'm like, okay, my whiteboard lights me up. My bookshelf is color coded. I've got my new lit soy candle that smells amazing. Somehow I'm keeping these plants alive.
Yeah, we
Look
don't
at
know.
that.
It's a miracle in itself.
It is a miracle in itself. I've got an outdoor closed off patio with skylights that I can be out there in the pouring rain and still be outside and like read my book. It's like my office is feeling like such a like money making place, a creative inducing place. I'm like, I come in here and I know magic is going to happen in our business. This wasn't available to me a few years ago. So I had to start to look at how I could put myself in places that still sparked that creativity. Even when you and I started going to Quench, you and I were going to Quench because my previous place, like my office space wasn't lighting me up.
Yeah. I need to do something with this situation. I need new pictures or something like that. This used to be our Airbnb and those pictures are kind of left over from that time. And they are the West Coast Trail, hiking the West Coast Trail. So they're good memories, but they're not the vibe for down here. We need to switch it up. Okay. We're always tweaking.
We need to get you some hanging plants for the top of your shelf.
There's like no light down here. I'm scared they'll die, but maybe I could take a clipping of that one behind you. Okay.
Great.
Let's plan that. Okay. So tell us in the chat, what are you switching up about your environment? Oh, Elena's here. Good morning.
Yeah, to manifest faster. So I saw that Jess says she moves her stuff around all of the time. And Miss Taya says your lighting is on point. Amazing.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is what we want to know. Did you know that you can actually manifest faster by being? Okay, here's the thing. Let's actually pull it back a second and explain it in another way. Imagine you, or maybe you are single, but if you're not single, maybe let's all imagine we're single or something. And you're single and you're really wanting to find your person. And you know that when you find your person that you want to be this certain way in the relationship. And maybe that being is like you two wake up together and then go for a morning walk and then come home and drink your coffee. Like that's how you visualize your best life scenario with this person. Yet the version of you sleeps in, hits snooze, never wakes up and goes for a walk, is just chugging back coffee and doesn't exit the house and get any fresh air. We cannot actually get to the version that we want to be, who we're being, by not being that version now. Soon as you decide, I am this person now, and I'm going to put myself out in that environment. I'm going to get outdoors. I'm going to be the person that's out walking and then come home and have the coffee. You will probably find the person on your walk or something like that. Like we have to switch up who we're being.
You'll probably get a dog and then the dog will be excited to walk with you every single morning. And then because you're up early, you'll run into somebody at the coffee shop and life will unfold. All
Yes.
these things, that's completely separate reality than if you kept going and hitting snooze, but it's all available. You can keep going and hitting snooze for the rest of your life every day, whatever you want. Okay. Or just do something else and see what arrives.
Yeah, you've got to switch it up.
Yeah.
So I see here that Mastaya says, going to do a work day in a cafe that lights me up. Amazing. Mastaya, are you in Victoria? Let us know. What's your favorite cafe?
No, Shemanis, I think.
Oh, okay. Rachel is in the middle of a massive home organization.
Oh,
And just create a new creative office space and feel the difference in my energy already. Yes. Oh yeah, she's in Shemanis.
nice.
Okay. What else? Good morning, Sarah. What else are people doing to switch up their environment? So it's interesting because I was thinking about this in terms of doing 75 hard and like, really trying to work out twice a day. And that's not normal for me. It's not my norm. And thinking about like, okay, I've heard it a million times, like put your workout clothes out for in the morning or whatever. But I'm not a morning workout person. So what I did last night that I don't typically do is I pre-scheduled all my yoga classes. I was like, okay, I could say that I'm going to do yoga at home, but then I kind of just like, don't really get into it. So I went ahead, went on the mall website, pre-booked myself in for the week. Actually, a friend asked me to go to a class together on Thursday. So I'm holding myself accountable to that. And then I just know, okay, I just have to walk every day. And there's my 2 workouts in. I go to a yoga class, I go for a walk, boom, boom, done.
Yeah, actually making the decision in advance of when you have to make the decision is very helpful.
Yes.
You know what Gretchen Rubin says about people who need to work out every day or need to work out, trying to work out in the morning? She's like, you could sleep in your workout clothes. Imagine that like bright pink tight Lulu bra. You're just lying there. Okay, I'm ready for it.
Absolutely not. I don't like anything on my body when I sleep.
But lots of like, I grew up in Ottawa and lots of kids play hockey and their parents make them sleep in their like under layer of hockey clothes and then wake them up in the morning, put them in their hockey pads, and then off they go.
Wow.
Yeah.
No. You know what that just side note made me think of? I wonder if Devin is here. But it makes me think of my friends that were kindergarten teachers when I taught grade 7, 8, 9 in high level. And I had a friend who taught kindergarten. And he was like, honest to God, recess, lunch, and when the kids come in the morning at the end of the day, like those periods of in and out time, he's like, easily an hour getting all the kids in and out of their snowsuits.
Oh yeah.
Just in and out of their snowsuits. That's an hour of his day.
There's 30 of them.
Yeah.
Or whatever, 25.
And they're 5.
I can't even getting 2 kids out the door dressed and myself dressed and make sure everybody has shoes on and a snack in the bag and all the things is a lot. 25.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, you teach them to do it themselves, but everybody needs an adjustment. Abby has these hilarious snow pants that she wears on the bike so that she stays nice and warm. And they have a fox on them. And she's like, these are my fox pants. I'm like, okay. I can't.
I'm an astronaut.
I'm an astronaut. Kids are hilarious.
Okay. Okay. Kate. Oh, I didn't know that Kate had a
Okay.
day home. My day home rule was at 3, kids had to be able to dress themselves in their snow gear. That's impressive. That is very impressive because this teacher that was my friend, he was like, yeah, hours of the day.
Kate is all about empowerment of the little kids, which we can all take a little sliver of Kate's being and apply that to our lives.
Yes, and efficiency.
Give them scissors. Let them try it.
They all can do it. Yes, it's so true.
Yeah.
My mom was kind of the same way in like, you're going to figure this out and you're going to do it. Like, I'm not going to tie your shoes. I'm not going to tell time for you. Like, you're going to learn it. Yes. My mom could not believe like when she would meet like our friends or our cousins or whatever, like kids that were my age and didn't know how to tell time. It was like her life's mission to be able to tell all the kids how to like tell time on a non-digital clock and tie their shoes.
Oh, Charlene, we love you. Okay. Sarah Hoffing says, Chris and I are waking up at 6 a.m. and he's walking to work. On the way home, he'll text me and I'll start walking to meet him so we can walk together for half the day. I swim laps 3 times a week, and a friend and I have started a 30-day yoga challenge. Holy, good for you.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I know
Tree stuttering.
I was going to say, I know lots of people right now are really into do yoga with Adrienne and her 30-day challenge because it's very accessible. It's on YouTube. It's free. Yeah.
Okay, Kristen and Kate are on the same parenting page, and I really look up to both of you, so I'm glad you're here. They're not going to learn independence unless we teach them. That is true.
And we are raising strong, independent human beings.
I do have a side note about that.
Okay.
It's not about my family, but I heard on the weekend that there's this father-son duo that I know, kind of like a couple personal removed. But anyway, I was kind of like listening to a conversation, and they're having their annual meeting. And then the daughter and the mom and somebody else are going to the meeting, but just going shopping, not talking business. And I think my little FTP heart died a little bit when I heard that the daughter is not included in the family business conversations as an equal partner. And I think it's something to consider, because in our world, that would never happen. Like, we wouldn't stand for that. But how people are operating generally, let's say, if the guys are the men in the family traditionally ran the business, maybe they think my son is better suited to take it over than my daughter. And maybe personality wise they are, maybe it's an interest thing, whatever. And can we please all put women in conversations? Yeah. And little girls in conversations that gives them the opportunity to be the business owner. Okay. Yes. That's just my side note on that.
And if you're wondering what FTP is, it's not the police.
No.
It's fuck the patriarchy.
Yeah. FTP is Ellie's hashtag that she introduced us on one of our first calls together. And we were like, yes, okay, we get that. No, it's not the police.
Yeah. Okay. So now that we've talked about TGIM, next on our agenda is The Big Leap.
The Big Leap.
Our book of the month.
Okay. So
The Big Leap, if just for short context, if you're new today, if you're just hearing about this, if you're not following along, in general, the overall book is about you breaking through like this imaginary ceiling that you're putting on yourself that everybody puts on themselves. It's subconscious. It's like we don't even know that we're aware that it's there. It's like we don't think that we can have the healthy body and the bank account. We don't think we can have the bank account and the love of our life, like XYZ, like replace two things together. And that's sort of the context over in general.
And you get, even in like the one thing, you'll get to your normal, or what's acceptable in your psyche, or what's acceptable in your family, or your culture, or whatever it is. And then the upper limit will keep you at a certain level because that's what you've seen as acceptable.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's twofold. It's like the can't hold multiple things at once, being ultra successful. And then where is your ceiling? Okay. So chapter 2 is making the leap, dismantling the foundation of the problem. Okay. Chapter 3, which is the one we're talking about now, is how to spot the upper limit problem in your daily life. So you can hear theoretically that there is an upper limit problem, and you could be like, okay, but where am I actually doing this? So that's why we need to apply this to our lives. So I wrote down the typical ways we upper limit ourselves. Tell us in the chat when you hear one that you're like, yes, that is what I do. The ways that you block yourself from moving forward. Constant worry. And then we'll talk, I have my sticky note is around what you can do right now for worry. Constant worry, criticism and blame.
Of self and others.
Yeah, victim mentality, essentially. Deflecting. Not taking personal responsibility, squabbling, getting in fights over nothing, and then getting sick or getting hurt, manifesting your own pause, basically, manifesting it, the energy stopping for you. Okay, so these are ways. Tell us in the chat, what do you lean to? Because I think we all have default behaviors that have been learned, and we lean to those. I used to lean to worry, but I think I worry a lot less now.
Okay, what were you going to say about worry that's on your sticky note?
Oh, this page is what you can do right now. But first, tell us which one you lean to. Constant worry, self-criticism. Okay, what's yours, Nick? Like, if you had a default behavior that's holding you back, which one would it be?
Okay, tell me like what this falls under. I feel like if I have a default thing that holds me back, it's like feeling like, well, I've not seen or experienced this before. So like
I guess it could be deflecting. It could be like not taking responsibility for creating it. I'm not saying this is what you do, but like if we look at how you spot the upper limit problem, for those of us who have been to coach school and talk about personal and professional development every day, we obviously have upper limits, and we have to kind of like dig a little bit deeper to uncover what they could be. It could be deflecting.
Yeah, I would say that, or worrying, like, well, how's this going to happen for me if it's never happened for anybody in my family or anybody around me? Mastaya asked if you can read them again.
Yeah, they are worry, criticism and blame. So being hyper judgmental, deflecting, and that's not taking responsibility. It's always somebody else's problem. Squabbling, I guess that's like getting in little fights because you can't control your emotional up and downs. And then getting sick or getting hurt. So manifesting something happening that blocks you from going forward right now.
Okay. So
don't worry, we're going to take the vibe up.
Yes. The chat is constant worry, self-criticism, ruminating, worrying, ruminating thoughts, self-criticism, self-doubt, self-sabotage.
Okay. Let's read through worry, what you can do right now. And then perhaps for the other ones, you need to get the book. Okay. Worry. Now, I make it a daily practice to spot my worry thoughts. And I think this probably applies to everyone. Like, yes, I can't even imagine someone who doesn't ever have any worry thoughts.
Okay, I have something to say to this after you say it, and I feel like it's a quick fix for all of this.
Okay. If you do that, you can use them as a springboard into your zone of genius to spot your worry thoughts and then use them as a springboard. Okay, this is the tool that Gay Hendricks has developed. It's a sequence of moves that will reliably get you out of the worry trap. Let me take you through the moves step by step and follow with a real life example, blah, blah, blah. 1, I notice myself worrying about something. So awareness. Oh, I'm meditating. Look at all those worry thoughts that are swirling. Oh, I'm making coffee and I can't stop worrying about something. Okay. I let go of the worry thoughts and shift my focus away from them. Okay. And then I wonder, what positive new thing is trying to come through? Trying to come into being. And then I usually get a body feeling, not a thought or idea, of where that positive new thing is trying to come through. Oh, interesting. Like a place in his body that is trying to come through. That's interesting. I open my focus to feel that body feeling deeply, and then let myself feel it deeply for as long as I possibly can. This is the new positive moving forward thought. And then later, I often get an idea of the positive thing that was trying to come through. Should I read the example or no? What do you think?
Okay. Maybe let's park the example, because I feel like I want to share something that I feel like is even quicker than all of this. And I'm not taking credit for this. This is, Abraham Hicks, bow down to Abraham Hicks and all of their incredible teachings. But their simple solution of choose a better feeling thought. A better feeling thought. It doesn't have to be the best feeling thought, but choose a better feeling thought. But I think everybody would benefit from having a bank of better feeling thoughts. So maybe that is everybody's homework of create a bank of things that when you think of that thing, you get a good feeling and it's always there at your disposal. Like for me, it's my dogs, like Louie and Bella, but you know, that's one thing. Maybe it's baby cuddles. Maybe it's a hug from somebody you love. Maybe it's the time that you were on your most favorite vacation. Whatever it is, have a memory bank because your worrying is just a memory. It's a memory that has either happened and you're pulling up, or it's a memory that you're creating that you're pulling from the future. So could we not just create a memory bank of better feeling thoughts and say, you know what, I'm worrying. This thought doesn't feel good. What would feel better?
That's essentially what they said, what he says. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. But I think like, it's like, yes, you can have awareness and then start to shift. But if you don't have somewhere to shift, this is the problem.
Yeah.
Lots of people don't have the memory bank or the positive feeling thoughts ready to go. And then you're like, well, it's easier to just stay over here because I can't even think right now of something that feels good.
Yeah. It's like quitting an addiction.
Yes.
Like, okay, let's say you're smoking and you want to go out for another cigarette. This is like a very parallel example, actually. And then you have to consciously be like, I don't smoke anymore. That's my identity. I don't smoke. So instead of going out for a cigarette, I'm going to do something else. Maybe it's like have a can of soda water or do your other good feeling thing that you reward yourself with because you're not out there smoking.
Yes.
Whatever that could be. Put on your favorite song and dance or something like that.
Yes. I was telling Kayla that I'm reading Atomic Habits and I'm loving it. And it will be a book down the road. We've got some books lined up. But I love the scenario or the example where they talk about smoking. And it's like, it has to be an identity change. Because if you have two people who are trying to quit smoking and somebody offers them a cigarette, person A says, no, thank you, I'm trying to quit smoking. Then they identify as a smoker who's trying to quit. Person B says, no, thank you, I'm not a smoker. They identify as somebody who does not smoke. And that simple identity
How clear is that?
Everything.
It's
you
so
tell
clear.
your body, you tell your mind, you tell the person, you tell the environment, no, I'm not that.
Yeah, it's so clear. Because it's like, if someone offered me a cigarette, I would be like, no, thank you. Like, I don't smoke because I don't smoke. It's not even a question in my mind. So that has to be the shift.
Yes. It has to be an identity piece. That's like, if you're trying to work out, it's not like, oh, I'm somebody who works out. It's like, oh, I'm athletic or I'm a physical. Yeah.
I'm like, a Peloton member.
I am.
Whatever it is.
It's not like, it's an identity versus a verb.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a way of being versus an action, I think, is what really makes the shift.
Yeah. It's like, I go for runs. Okay. I run. I'm out there going for a run, whatever that is. I have to make the decision every time I want to go for a run because it's not anchored in my identity. I go outside and run sometimes, or like I ran 3 times this week, whatever it is. But if I am a runner, then it's part of your identity. I run all the time. That is what it is. I am a runner. Speaking of runners, Kintec in Vancouver for Canadian people, Kintec online is having a sale on running shoes. And I got the Mizunos that I wanted to buy that I couldn't find here because they were out of sizes for $100 off. They're $87 at Kintec.
Okay, amazing.
Okay.
Maybe we'll drop that link.
Because I'm a runner.
Because Kayla is a runner. Okay, Shannon says she loves the idea of building the memory bank. Catherine says, I swear if everyone took breathing breaks instead of smoke breaks, the world would be a better place. Yes, true. But the thing is that people are addicted. This is the thing. I'm addicted to caffeine. People are addicted to cigarettes. People are addicted to donuts, to sex, to gambling. Wait, it's an addiction. So how do we have people break out of the habit of the addiction? Because nobody wants to smoke and nobody wants to be a gambler. Nobody wants to be obese.
And nobody wants to feel bad and worry about the thing that they're worrying about over and over and over again. Like, it's not making you feel good. You don't want to worry about that.
Yeah.
Let's say worrying about money. You don't want to worry about money all the time.
No, absolutely not. I think about, like, I saw my cousin post a couple of weeks ago that if you ever catch yourself judging an addict, tell yourself that for 24 hours, you're not going to go on your phone. And then don't even move it away from you. Your phone's in front of you, because an addict, it doesn't mean that like they're not going to have their things in front of them. And then put your phone in front of you and notice how many times you want to pick up your phone in 24 hours, how many times you do pick up your phone in 24 hours, how challenging it is to stay off your phone for 24 hours. And that's your phone. So the next time we think about having any sort of judgment around somebody who's addicted to substances, let's say for an example, like, let's draw back and remember nobody wants to be addicted to anything.
Yeah, I think, we don't want to be controlled, and nobody likes, especially this group, we all like freedom. And worry thoughts, or these things, criticizing other people, deflecting responsibility, getting in fights for no reason. Those are all things that we do that move us away from actually going closer to what we want.
Okay, this is
all right. This is hard.
Okay, so let's say our action step for everybody this week is creating a memory bank of things that when you need to go to the better feeling thought, you've got, like, let's say 5 to pull from.
Okay, 5 better feeling thoughts. Maybe we could make that Mindset Monday.
Yeah. Okay.
Great.
And know that your better feeling thoughts can be things that have actually happened in your life. Like, oh my gosh, like kissing Louie's face. That is a better feeling thought. And it can also be something that you're creating for your future. Like maybe it's holding my future baby. Like that hasn't existed yet, but maybe that's a really good thought.
Yeah. That would be a better thought than worrying about if you're going to get pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I love this. Is everybody on board to create their memory bank of 5-ish better feeling thoughts?
Okay.
And Eileen needs new running shoes, so she is here for Kintac.
Kintac, wow. I had this divine intervention. I was like, where am I going to get these shoes? Maybe I could call around to other stores. Then I said, I think I'll just check online. And then Kintac came up because I like to support Canadian stores if I can, or stores and local stores if I can. And then there we go. Elena is saluting us.
Yes.
That emoji.
I love that emoji too. I love that emoji. I love the emoji with the magnifying glass because that's me being the FBI. Yes, I love the emojis.
If you feel like putting your favorite emoji down while I pull up shout outs, I would be very happy about that.
Yes. And before we go to shout outs, just a reminder that our retreat is half full. So what does this mean? This means if you are coming, please get your deposit in. That's all you need right now is your deposit. This lets us know that you're serious about securing your spot. It helps us with numbers. We can figure out the rest later. We're going to be totally on board with supporting you with logistics. So if you're like, I want to share a room, or I don't want to fly alone or drive alone or whatever, we will support you with all of that. Just get your name on the list and pay your deposit so that we know that you're one of the 25 people, because that's max that we can have.
You got it.
Okay.
Who's coming? Oh,
Canadian retreat. Okay. So excited.
I love this. Nina's. I do love the smiley lovey emoji person, and I do use fire on the dancing girl quite a bit.
Oh my god, the cha-cha girl is me and my sister always send that to one another.
Yeah.
I love the cha-cha girl.
Okay, keep going with your emojis while we pull up the shout outs.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, I need your help with them too. First, Rachel and Meg from Radiant Effect have it in their calendar to apply for a shout out every week. And then we get to update you on what Radiant Effect is doing every week, because they are taking the fate of their business in their own hands. They are not leaving it up to chance. They're making it happen. Okay. Please.
Before we even shout them out, I just want to say this. If you're like, how come we hear about Radiant Effect every week? It's because they go to the shout out form, which you could be doing too. We cannot stress this enough. we shout out people that fill out the form.
Okay. So Rachel and Meg of Radiant Effect have a free community called The Neighborhood. It's online. It's going to support you in your health and well-being. Access to over 30 free movement and mindfulness practices, a supportive community, discounts in what they're doing, and more.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
Go over and join live.radianteffect.ca. I'll put the link in the video.
I love the whole like just like redirection that Radiant Effect has taken for 2023. So proud of these two. I cannot wait to see what this next year brings their business.
Yes, me too. Okay, Shannon says I'm in to the retreat, and Eileen says can't wait.
Yes.
Then Rachel and Meg are a powerful duo, and then Eileen's putting it in her calendar now to do the shout out form, I'm hoping.
Yes, Eileen. We want to shout out your business. This is why we're here. We are the opposite of other Facebook groups that are like, no marketing. You're not allowed to sell your stuff. We're like, we will sell for you.
Yes, we need to know how we can support you. That's the whole point. Yeah. So tell us exactly how we can support you. Otherwise, we're making it up because we're supporting you anyway. Okay. We want to shout out Sarah Hoffing. Sarah Hoffing does energy readings and Reiki and
cord cutting.
Yes. Actually, Sarah Hoffing did a cord cutting for me and it completely set me free last year.
Yes.
I would say it was a highlight of my 2022.
And she does intuitive eating, like coaching programs, and her story is remarkable. And so I don't know that there's anybody better to be leading programs on that than Sarah. So we want to shout out Sarah Hoffing.
Okay. We will put the link to work with Sarah in the comments.
Okay.
Next up.
Side note, can you hear Bella snoring like an old man?
No.
Okay, good.
Okay.
She is just snoring away over here like an old grandpa.
Well, she's a grandma.
Yeah, she is. Okay. I just want to make sure if people were like, what is that background and noise in Nicole's background?
I can hear my heater's on, but I don't think I can hear anything. Okay. Next shout out, Julia Lolisi. She's a photographer here in Victoria.
Yes. And Julie Lolisi, stay tuned because she's going to, for those of you that are local, actually Vancouver, she's going to have some fun pop-up stuff happening for Valentine's Day. So we're about a month out from Valentine's Day. So keep your eyes peeled on that. Julie does all sorts of photography. She does wedding photography, branding photography, boudoir photography. She is so fantastic and we can't recommend her enough. And we want to make sure that you check her out.
Yes, you're going to go to her Instagram and follow along. Super fun. And she takes beautiful pictures. Aleisha Anderson.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Aleisha Anderson, we're here for you. Okay.
Aleisha Anderson got to walk the red carpet this fall because her film that she produced ended up in Cineplex and on Netflix, and it's currently in Hollywood right now. And we just need to shout Aleisha out because her company, Thousand Year Films, is blowing it out of the water. And there's lots of different ways that they can support you with minor film production, branding, filming, stuff on YouTube, all of that kind of support. When it comes to film, she's your woman.
If you know an independent filmmaker who wants their film made or has a script that Aleisha's team can read, then you can get in touch with Aleisha and we'll put it down here.
Yeah.
Okay. Carolynne Kolbeck.
Carolynne Kolbeck, Yoga with Carolynne on Instagram if you're not following along.
Yeah.
And we just want you to know to stay tuned because Carolynne is building out something for the feelers of the world, the sensitive souls, the empaths. If you identify as those, she is building out something that is so beyond needed. And so right now we want you just following along. So make sure that you're heading over to Yoga with Carolynne on Instagram, watching her work, being in her world, because she is up to some big things.
Yes. I think, well, I don't know for sure. And I think Carolynne might be here. Oh yeah, she's here. If people wanted to sign up for your live stream yoga classes, can they do that, Carolynne? She's going to
Oh, yeah.
respond in the chat and then we can talk about it. Because I don't know if the doors have closed on the live stream winter classes yet or not. Okay. And then Maddie, Burn Bright Counseling.
Local here in Victoria. Maddie specializes in youth and families, and in particular supports the queer community. Maddie. I was going to say Madeline, Maddie. Maddie is, oh my gosh, I just love her so much. We got to work together years ago at the same high school, and she is starting to build out her team as well. So there's more capacity with Burn Bright Counseling. So if you have a youth that you know that could benefit from counseling, or just anyone really, she can do virtual counseling. So you don't even have to be here in Victoria.
And Maddie's expanding her practice. So she has a wait list and she's bringing in more counselors. And also, like, we wanted to talk about inclusion and how we can be an inclusive business. And we talked to Maddie. We want to, you know, like, if you have questions about what it's like to be in counseling, or you have questions about finding a counselor, Maddie is an excellent resource in general. So we'll put a link to being able to get in touch with her here.
Yeah, she did such a good workshop for us.
Yeah.
You know who just told me is here and watching? Miss Jill Moore.
Hi, Jill.
Hi, Jill.
Jill, best-selling author.
Naturally, and now on Audible. Did you know, everybody, that you can get Jill's book on Audible? Jill Moore, Lost and Found.
It's on Audible.
Her voice.
Personally.
Yes. So good.
Jill can read you bedtime stories through Audible. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll put the Jill Moore shout out on our shout outs too. Why not?
Okay, great.
Jill Moore on Audible, best-selling author. Okay, great.
Shannon says, got it. Love it. Okay, so here is the scoop, friends, as we wrap up for today. It's been such a fun day. Some recap, some reminders that we would love if the person who bought Kayla her mug
could come forward.
We would love to acknowledge that you thought of this. That's first things first.
Very generous gift giver.
Yes. Then if you haven't listened to TGIM yet today, have a listen to that. It's all about how you can manifest your desires quicker by switching up your environment. And then report back to us. Let us know what environment you're switching up based off of what manifestation you're trying to call in quicker. Then we want to know, we're going to post it in our Mindset Monday here in the group, 5 things that you're adding to your better feeling thoughts. So that when you need to move to a better feeling thought, you've got a memory bank of things that like light you up and raise your vibration.
Yeah.
And then we also just want to remind you that if you're coming to our retreat to get your deposit in, it is half full. We just need your deposit right now. That is the biggest thing. That would be so helpful so that we know that it's you, and we can save a space for you. And then the last thing we want to share our final thing is that if you are truly looking to like bust out of your 9-to-5 in 2023, if 2023 is the year that you're going to transition from working a full-time job and having a side hustle, or wanting to truly build out your side hustle to be your full-time thing, Align Business School we've got some fun stuff coming up for it. What we want to say is that it's available right now. You could buy it right now and get started, but we recommend waiting a couple days because we have an amazing giveaway coming where you could get Align Business School, which is valued at almost $3,000 for free. So it's really exciting. We would love if you told your friends about it, your friends that want to exit their 9-to-5s. This is the course, this is the program, and stay tuned for the epic giveaway. And then Kayla, do you want to tell them what time to carve off on the 28th?
Yeah, the 28th, we're having a full day event experience for Align Business School registrants. And we're going to be doing it from 9 a.m. PST to 1 p.m. PST. So we're going to be spanning that morning to the beginning of the afternoon together. We are going to get into it. So it will be like Aligned Business School all in one day. And then you'll have 8 weeks to implement all the things, but your overview will have already happened. And that is our gift to people who are in Align Business School to essentially get rid of procrastination.
Yes.
Then you will have broken the seal. You'll be in there. You'll know exactly what's going on in every module. You'll know what you have to improve. We're going to help you create your implementation list so that you know what you're doing for the next 8 weeks of the course moving forward.
And for those of you that have Aligned Business School that have purchased it in a previous cohort, you have access. Aligned Business School is lifetime access. And so
For those who purchase it.
Yeah, for those who purchase it. Julia says, blocking that off now, love those days. So yes, Jules has already purchased Align Business School.
Yay.
If you have Align Business School, we would love if you drop something in the comments about what you've loved about it, what it has done for you. What we're really trying to show people is that like, this program is everything you need to get started. It's all of the systems and it's so much soul, and we're always adding to it. So we're like, it's not like, oh, we created it once and we're just leaving it. We always add to this program. And what we noticed in Platinum 2023 is that like 90% of those people have taken Align Business School, whether they're previous Platinum people and had access to it, or people that came to Platinum from Align Business School. But Align Business School is basically going to be a prerequisite for Platinum because we need you to have the basics of starting a business. And that's what Align Business School is.
Yeah. You are going to sell your offer in Align Business School. That is the plan. Prove to yourself that you can make money in this business. And if you've already made money in this business, okay, fine. Prove to yourself you can do it again. You can do it with a system in place. You can always apply this content to whatever is happening now for you.
Yes.
Like we apply everything we do, we apply that to our business as well. So we're here for it.
We are here for it. Kristen says, AB School lays out very doable action steps that can start immediately and not be overwhelming. Thank you. That is our goal. Alex, support comes from everyone. Yeah, the community is huge. And you get access to this network of a community where you can always pop in. The community is always open and available. So if Alex wants to pop in and ask her Align Business School peers something today, she could. You don't leave the community, which is really incredible.
Yes. You're never getting rid of us.
No.
Okay. Okay. Well, that was fun. Shall we go on with our day?
Yeah. Happy Monday, everybody.
Happy Monday. Cheers. From
cheers.
My mug.
Dive into the big leap, TGIM, all that good stuff. And we will be back next Monday.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.